Welcome back everyone. So in this video we're going to look at sumifs and countifs. So sumifs will sum a range that we specify, but it will also check that range or a different range for a criteria, and we can do it for a single criteria or multiple. So if we wanted to do it for multiple criteria, we just continue to add them after. So let's look at an example here. So in the first calculation here, you can see it is going to sum cells G2 to G8808, but first it will check B2 to B8808 to make sure it's a movie. Sumifs will check two conditions here, so it's also going to check column E to make sure it's 2021. So let's run these two calculations. Okay, so we'll just enter that calculation in cell I2, and we want equals sumifs. Open our brackets, and then we just highlight cell G2 and then Control Shift and down. So we're going to, okay, so it's going to stop if there is a blank. So we just need to keep hitting down until we get to 8808, and then we can drag back up, enter our comma, and it's going to check the type to make sure it's a movie, and then another comma, double quotation marks, and then we can enter movie. Close our double quotation marks, close our brackets, so we can see how long the movies are in minutes. So just in the cell below, let's copy the same calculation, but we'll add in another condition. So after our movie double quotation mark, we need to enter another comma, and then in cell E2, we're just going to check it for being year 2020. Okay, so it's going to be much lower now because it's only showing the sum of the durations where the release year is 2020. Okay, so countifs is very similar to sumifs in that it will just count the range instead of summing it, depending on a criteria. And we can add multiple criteria as well to countifs. So let's count how many movies were released in 2020. Okay, so let's count our movies, so equals countifs, and then open our brackets. Let's click into our type, cell B2, Control Shift and down, and we want that to be equal to a movie, and also back up at our release year, we want to Control Shift down, and we want it to be 2020. And then we can close our brackets, and we can see there's 517 movies that were released in 2020. Okay, so these can be very useful. They save you filtering to movies and then summing the duration after. We can just do it with one simple calculation. So that is it for countifs and sumifs. So in the next video, we will start looking at unique, left and right calculations. So I'll see you in the next video.